Yeah, when we sold our house and downsized into an apartment, I was concerned our dogs would not be able to make the transition into a smaller, more community-minded unit. I mean, basically, they were trained for the house. We would leave the dog door open and they would go in and out at will, but they weren't trained for a smaller environment with neighbors and other people in close contact to deal with. They wouldn't loose leash walk. They didn't sit down, stay when we told them to. They basically were not good behaving animals.
So before I met Nick at iGuard, I could walk my dogs, but they were really strong and pulled on me, and I had like carpal tunnel in my wrist, and so it was very painful for me to walk the dogs. I'd be walking down the street trying to hold them back, and Mason freaked out every time he would see a male dog, and he would just want to go play. And he was so intent on doing it that if I talked to him or tried to pull him back, he totally ignored me and drugged me over there anyway. So I had a lot of confrontations that were very difficult for me.
And so we called Nick at iGuard and have him come over. And it was great. He came over and he did an assessment of us with our animals and how we were doing. And after watching a little bit, he said that we were great owners, just great owners, made the dogs members of the family and loved the dogs, but we were terrible handlers of the dogs. And in about 5 minutes with him, he had him doing things we hadn't been able to get him to do for years. I mean, they saw right away, this guy's the alpha guy. And then he began to teach us how to be good handlers with our dogs.
When Nick first came, I was shocked. I always knew that someone who handled dogs would do a really good job with them, but I had never seen the dog respond in a way to somebody she didn't know or Mason didn't know, in a way that was, oh, you have authority. So when Nick realized immediately that I was the one who needed the help, he gave Rick a few tips, and then he worked constantly with me. He works with me on a one-on-one basis with the dogs, and if I didn't have Nick from iGuard, I wouldn't have the dogs I have today in how they behave with me and everything, and how I handle them. I handle them much better than I ever did before, thanks to Nick.
And it was amazing, just simple things in the time he took with us. He has a natural talent and ability with any breed of dog, and we watched him do that over and over, where he would take our dogs around other animals, around people, and totally change their behavior patterns. Now they'll sit on command, stay on command, walk loose leash. Heck, they'll even walk with me and heel without the leash.
Oh, definitely. Anybody should use iGuard. If you have a dog that you just got, or if you have a dog that you've had trouble with and have had him for a long time, or any situation that you have, Nick at iGuard can help. He'll customize, like he did ours, your training, and help your dog, and you and your dog can have a far greater relationship than you have right now.
They're like totally different animals. Now they fit in perfectly in an apartment environment. We have complete control of them, and I don't know if it wasn't for Nick and iGuard, I don't know if we'd be able to keep those special members of our family that we love so much.
So the best thing we ever did was call Nick at iGuard and have him come and spend the time that he has with us, and he continues to do that. It's just wonderful knowing that now I can walk through this apartment complex with people all around, dogs everywhere, because they allow dogs here. Obviously, or I wouldn't have mine. And there isn't any conflict or confrontation, and it just works out great, and it's all because of Nick at iGuard.